morning everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. First off, I'm going to apologize because this video is probably going to be interrupted by calves blatting a lot. Because as you have seen by the intro, we have two new babies. One of them I did introduce in a post the other day. They were both born Saturday night. One of them was born while we were out here. That was actually the one you guys saw. It was a Normandy Jersey cross. I believe I've introduced Patty the heifer. We were waiting for her to calve because she had a Normandy cross calf and we were really excited. We thought it was going to be a girl, but it ended up being a boy. So minor, maybe we'll get a Normandy heifer at some point, but she is the one that calved. That was the saddest noise I've ever heard. I don't know if you guys could hear that. And the other is also a bull, but it is a white-faced bull out of Maggie, who I've also introduced. We were not aware at all that she was going to calve. She hadn't bagged up at all. She was supposed to be quite far off, but she ended up bagging up insane in the middle of the night and calved on her own, unassisted. Big bull calf. And both the calves and both the mothers are doing extremely well, so I will show you them. So this little guy you have already seen. This is Patty's baby. Yeah, he is a very good boy. He's very tiny. He probably only weighs around 45 pounds maybe. He's not very big, but he is half Jersey, so that explains it. He's skinny like a Jersey, but he eats. See what I mean? He eats really well, so I've got to feed them. I do have their milk here ready. It is still colostrum that we're feeding them, so I just warm it up in some boiler water. I just stick the whole milk. I just stick the whole milk right in there and just heat it up like that. I do that a few times until it's, you know, warm enough to give them. But before I feed them, I will show you the mother. So this right here is Patty. She bagged up very nicely. She has a very square udder. I almost fell in the gutter. Okay. She has a very square udder. Just a beautiful Jersey heifer, and as a bonus, she is the calmest heifer I have ever seen. First time I put it on her, she didn't lift a hoof, she didn't kick it off. She just stood there. She is a very sweet girl. We are still milking them out because they still have pretty thick colostrum, so that is Patricia. And the next one is up here ways. So you've already seen Maggie, but this is what her udder is looking like. I don't know if you can see that. She doesn't let down until you wash her, so it never looks like she has anything in her. But then she just pounds when you wash her and put the machine on her. So she does have a relatively straight, square udder. Her back quarters are a little high and close together, but that's probably all the same thing. This right here is Maggie's baby. So he's a Holstein Hereford cross bull calf. He is very healthy. He's not very smart. He's a terrible eater. Also guys, I do have another cold, so if my voice sounds terrible, it's because I am sick again. And I've tried everything to try to avoid it when I feel it coming on, but I just get sick constantly. I don't know if I don't get enough sleep or what it is, but anyway, I gotta feed the cows before they revolt. Smart boy. Be a little bit smarter about it today. Good boy. Oh my goodness. Good catching on. I guess he's finally learning. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that guys, my battery died while I was feeding the calf. And then we had to start milking, so we're done milking. The girls have been bedded, and they're just eating a rat bill right now, so I wanted to introduce a couple cows to you guys. This right here is Gabby. She is a 3.5-year-old purebred Guernsey. We did buy her from somebody else. She was shortbred when we bought her probably last year, I think, last fall. Not this fall before, but the fall before that. You know what I mean. So something about her would be that she is absolutely terrified of children. We had a guy come here one time to look at a calf. and he brought a couple kids along with him, and they were probably like 6, maybe 8 years old. And she just like was out of her mind scared of kids. And I don't really understand that, because I mean, I don't think there was any kids where she came from, so maybe it was just the fact that she'd never seen kids before. But I don't know, she just does not like kids at all. So she's not a family cow, definitely, for sure. But she's a good little milker around here. So she is about 6 months along with her second calf. So probably a month and a half more to go, and then we'll be drying her off. So and the other cow that I wanted to introduce you is right here, right handy. This right here is Cordelia. She will be 9 years old this coming spring. She is actually a calf from my family's place. She did come from here originally, but we raised her and sold her back. She is actually one of the cows that I don't know if you remember, a while back I was explaining that family had a few cows that had disappeared while we were on vacation. And it took a long time for my family, who was watching our house, to find them. But they did eventually find them. She is one of those cows. So she was wild for a few days. She is a brown Swiss milking shorthorn cross, by the way. I totally forgot to tell you what she was. So yeah, that's Cordelia. So we didn't really have anything to do today, so I thought I would show you guys a project that we have been working on. So a little bit of backstory before I show you guys what we're doing. This past year was really dry for Maine. It was okay until about probably the start of July, and then we had like absolutely no rain. We didn't get any second crop at all except for green feed. We didn't wrap any second crop. We didn't do any second crop dry hay. So the cows have been kind of missing out on that protein. I mean, the wrapped hay that we do is really good, but it's not like super high in protein, but it's kind of like a medium level. But since we have a few cows finally calving, we were just looking for a way to maybe boost the cows' protein, to just give them a little bit more. They have been doing very well on the wrapped hay, but some of the fresh cows would benefit more from some higher protein feed. So we had been like wondering, you know, like what can we do? Soybean is extremely expensive. Everything is extremely expensive. Alfalfa is through the roof, and you can't really even buy it around here anywhere. The one place I know of that did it stopped doing it a while ago. So we just kind of had that in our minds, like what could we possibly do? And Brent was like, hey, you know, I've been watching these things on kind of hydroponics, and for those of you that maybe don't know what hydroponics is, it's basically like growing seeds without soil, just growing it in water, until it's a very short height, but it's quite leafy. I don't think it's any more than 8 inches. And then you feed it to the animals because it is extremely high in protein and very good for animals. They can eat the webbing that's created on the bottom because, as I said, it's just in water, it's not in soil. So the roots kind of create a webbing, and they can eat all of that, and it is extremely good for cows. And he was watching some people that do that on small like hobby farms that just have a few cows, and he was like, well, maybe we could try this just on a small scale and feed it to some of our fresh cows and just, you know, see what happens. I'm sorry guys, I had to take a coughing break. We decided to try it as a trial, just to see what would happen if we fed one cow some of this fodder, which is what you call the seed after it's sprouted and grown about 8 inches or 6 inches or whatever. I'm not an expert in this by any means, so if you want to know more about it, probably check into it, because there are some really good videos online about it. But so we just thought we would try it on a cow that is kind of shortbred, like no more than 6 months, but quite far along in her lactation, to see if it worked, and then maybe we can do it for maybe, I don't know, 20 or 30 fresh cows here. Eyes are watering because I'm coughing so much. So anyway, I'm going to take you in. Brent just shut off the wash, so it's going to be quiet in there now, so I can show you guys what we're doing, and maybe Brent will explain some of it to you guys. We are starting it in the milk room right now, but if it does work, we do have plans of moving it into our old calf raising facility, so we will see how it goes. But
hello.
Hi. Well, there it is. One moment. Okay. So we've been using barley because it's about 23% protein. Is that what it is? 20. I think it's 23. But you're not supposed to feed anywhere. It's supposed to be from between 12 and 25%. Otherwise, it's like too much for them. So these are the stages that we have so far. You're supposed to soak the seed for a while, like a couple days, and then you're supposed to put it in these trays after you drain the water out of it, and you're supposed to water it like at least 3 times a day, I think it is. So over here we have our oldest tray that is 9 days old, and then we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you can see how differently they're growing. This one is probably like, what, like 4 inches tall? Probably.
3.
3. But we're not really sure how tall it's supposed to get before you feed it out, so we're a little confused on that front. But this one's caught up to it pretty fast. This one's a little bit shorter. This one you can see is coming. This one right here just started sprouting. And these two right here, for some reason, are pretty equal. And then this one is just starting to sprout, and this one we put in today. So it's not doing anything yet. But we have no idea what we're doing. But if it ends up doing well, we're gonna end up moving it over to that building over there. But right now it's just a trial run. So.
I think it's going to work out. It's just, I think we can do a few things different, maybe more heat. I think it's getting enough water. That's not the issue. It's probably the heat.
Yeah, we do have the lights on it, but
maybe we need a different lighting system. That
maybe.
I don't know whether grow lights or grow lamps, whatever they call them.
Yeah.
These are just fluorescent.
Just like Walmart shop lights.
Walmart lights. Maybe they're not enough for it. And of course this is in Asia. It's not much heat in Maine right now. And it's probably 50 in this milk room.
They do this a lot in like Africa, Asia and stuff. Right? Because they don't really have a whole lot of like...
No, they don't really have any...
place to grow stuff.
Grow things in the sand.
I don't know. You can see like if you lifted up the webbing stuff that it creates underneath it. No, it's white.
Okay, there's no mold. They eat everything. They eat the
and
webbing and everything.
It's really heavy. Like
it's just enough scale for like 1 or 2 cows to see if they change at all. If they do change and make a tremendous difference, then we'll go to that building over there and raise probably 100 plants, 100 trays. So how many cows do you think you want to end up feeding off if it works? If it really works, I wouldn't feed more than 25 or 30 cows. Just the fresh ones? Just the ones that do really well. Tail enders, I wouldn't waste my time on a tail ender. If they're 7 months bred, don't bother with it. Yeah. But if they're 2 months bred and there's a possibility to give any more milk, I would try it on those. But just pick and choose the cows that you think will pay for this. It's not that expensive. The lighting is really cheap, I would imagine. The seed, oats, we're going to try oats today. Yeah, we are going to switch to oats. Maybe they'll grow quicker. They're about the same price as barley if you can find the right place. Yeah. It's really hard to find seed around here though. Like, people don't really carry that kind of stuff around here. So we might, oats are more common, so we'll probably have to go with oats. We'll try that today. So that's pretty much all we wanted to show you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. And we'll see you guys in the next video. So, bye. Bye.